Okay, I'm Dr. Bob Mertens, and this is my weekly blog. I want to start out with there was no sailing this weekend. Unfortunately, there was enough wind to do anything. I mean, literally 5 to 10 miles an hour, and sometimes it could go drop down to 1 or 2 miles an hour. It was just slow this week. So I didn't go out to the boat at all. That's one thing. Saturday or Sunday, and I'll have to go back and look what day it was, I got the engine out of Tai. I got it out, and here's some photos of it right here. Here's some video of the engine, the diesel engine. I pulled it out because it needs to be repaired. And here's the video. Alright, what it was complaining about, of course, we're out here watching people going sailing. There's not a lot of wind today. There's a little bit of wind, hard to tell. Not too much, but anyway, some people out there sailing, and another sailor is probably going to come over here and give me a hand with the diesel engine. The memory is full. I forgot to put the memory card back in, and luckily, I keep a spare. Okay. So anyway, how do you fill up the forward tank? Pretty simple. You take these gallon jugs here, like this one, and you just there's this little hole here in the front of the. See, this is the forward. This is the forward berth, which is normally a berth means a place to sleep. And you take this cap off. And normally it's sealed down inside there, and you take these gallon jugs and you just pour the water in. It holds 40 gallons. I don't want to throw out these jugs because I used up all my water cleaning the boat last week, and you're not going to believe how beautiful and clean it is. Seriously, last time I came out here, I cleaned her up. And you remember how dirty it was. Of course, I took the net off the back, and another chore is going to be to get the motor back out of the water because it's not supposed to be down there. I did a bit of varnishing. You can see I varnished all the wood. This used to be pale white. All this used to be pale white. I put some hard coat of varnish on it, including I washed. Look how clean and white this is. My God. Did you think there was a boat under here? Look at this. Beautiful. I didn't think of this. But that big bird is still making dinner. At least he's not dropping everything downside here. He sits on the back. He's still dropping stuff down on the back of the boat. I came out here and he flew away. And of course I brought a couple of 2x4s here with me to help get the diesel out. You can see here all this I put varnish on, even though this piece I probably need to glue it, either that or replace it. I had to do something with this piece. I varnished every bit of wood on this thing. It all looks better. It looks a lot better. So the last little bit is going to be taking this engine out. It's going to be 8 bolts. There are 4 bolts, mounting bolts, and this thing only weighs, it's fully loaded, it's 180 pounds. But I've got the cylinder head off. I've got the water manifold off. Those are probably 30 pounds a piece. I've got the starter motor pulled off, and that's another 20-30 pounds. So it should be down to about 100 pounds, and easy enough to lift. My method is going to be to use pulleys. On the forward jib sheet, I've got a block tackle up at the top, and it's going to cut the weight in half. So what I'll do is I'll center. I'm not going to balance anything on the boom, but I'm going to use the boom to pull out. And thought it was a bee or wasp. I'll pull the boom to pull it out and keep it centered, so it'll probably fly down like that and hang down through here, and use it to hoist it out, and then use that boom thing to pull it out through there, and then set it down here. Or I can swing it out over a dock. So the boom is going to be real nice for that. I can swing it out over a dock and drop it onto, or set it down nicely onto, or something to carry it with. Hey, that's not my vlog. This is just a little piece of it. This is just today, man. This is Saturday. I ain't even started the week yet. So Friday we'll see what I've got. I'll have some more videos. Didn't see me skittering across the water with the little Palomino. It was fun. So, stock valve, and we got the motor out. And this is what it looks like with the motor out. It's got a little bit, probably can't see squat. The motor's out. You can't see anything here because it's kind of dark, but this, I got the diesel out. It's in Vic over there in the green boat. He came over and gave me a hand today, so kudos to this guy. He was, Vic, thank you, man. Really helped me out. Appreciate it. So late in the day, just packing the boat back up, getting things cleaned up in here after getting the motor out. That was a big job. I dropped my little mushroom anchor in the water, and the rope wasn't tied to it well, so it only went in a foot of water. It's lost in 1 foot of water. That's how dirty this water is out here. So I'm gonna go back, and before it gets dark, I'm gonna try and find my little mushroom anchor. It shouldn't have gone far, but you know. That's Saturday today. Part of my new vlog next week. See ya. Okay, well, as you can see, I've got the diesel. The diesel's here, and it's in my yard. That's the diesel motor that come off the sailboat. This little Yanmar YSM12. Now, break down what it needs. As far as I know, this transmission here is in good shape, so it doesn't need anything. The water pump, last I saw, that was working just fine. I don't know if this sensor works or not. I can probably test it. There's a zinc anode, I guess, that helps to prevent corrosion. And I don't know if I need to replace that, or I can just brush it. You know, it's made out of zinc, right? As long as I brush it down to where it's zinc, then it should be good. So, okay, what else does it need? It needs a new fuel pump. That's about 80 bucks, I think. It could use, so I'm looking inside here. I've got the head off. I've already rebuilt this part, which is the high pressure pump, and then the low pressure fuel pump goes over here. It needs a new one over those. That's just feeds pump to the high pressure pump. High pressure pump pushes it up to the fuel injector. It needs a new fuel injector. It also needs rings. This pistons is slightly scored, but I think I could brush that down. It definitely needs, well, I already said new rings. To clean this up and fix it and rebuild it, I would have probably a $4,000 engine here, and for $400 to repair it. The only other thing I did is I fixed this little thing on my bike today. Part of my vlog. This little piece right here keeps the chain from sliding off, and all it needed was to be glued back together. I had some super glue out, so I glued it. And let's see if I can find the glue repair is right here. It broke in 2 or 3 pieces, so I super glued this back together, and I couldn't find the screws. And the screws should be flush on the other side, but these stick out just a little bit. You see, it sticks out right there. So, well, I'll find out today if it works, because I'll go on a bike ride today. Here's a little project I'm working on. I bought this turbine for about $10. It's a wind turbine generator. This is an alternator. It generates up to 30 volts when it's spinning, because I put a drill on this, and this thing works. The brushes are good. I took it apart, put it back together. Brushes are all good. Here's the propeller for it, and this thing is in good shape, except that it's got a little crack right here, so I can fix that. I don't think it's changed the shape of it, just needs to be glued right there. A little bit of glue. The main thing I want to do with Tai really soon is I want to take her up to Salt Springs to take a look at the bottom, the hull. I want to look at the outside of the hull, and we know what the inside looks like, and it looks pretty good. She seems to be really solid. The only leak I'm worried about is the one that seems to be right around the rudder, and that's probably just a rudder seal. But the main thing is, I've also been told by some other sailors that in this lake it tends to grow hair or seaweed on the bottom, and I was wondering why I can't get her up to 6.5 knots, which is her hull speed, when I've got a pretty good wind, and then she's only going about 4.5, maybe 5 knots tops. And they said, well, you probably got a lot of weed on the bottom. And if I'm far enough out in the lake where the manatees will come up and they'll eat the weeds off the bottom of your boat. And they also said the Plecostomus were killed off by a freeze a few years back, and they said they're coming back. So it could be the Plecostomus would come around and clean off the bottom of my boat. I can clean the sides, but I need to clean the bottom off too, and the boat will go faster. So that's like in freshwater, worry about seaweed and stuff growing on the bottom of your boat, and then saltwater, of course, you're getting buildup from, you have to have bottom paint in saltwater, or you'll just grow, coral reef will grow on the bottom of your boat, and that's just so heavy, it'll sink it, you know. But once every couple of years, depending on how good your bottom paint is. But eventually I want to pull the boat out, I want to pull Tai out of the water, bring her ashore, put her up on dry, put her in a boatyard, and clean the bottom off, put some new bottom paint on. And that's about a $500 round trip for everything. So before I pull her out, I want to get a good look at the bottom and see what all she needs. While I'm up at Salt Springs, I can probably take a brush to the bottom and clean off all the seaweed. So that'll help her with speed. So, all right, well, that's one of the things I want to do. So that's part of this week's blog. Vlog. Video log means we take videos and stuff, and I show you stuff, talk about it. When I want to go to Salt Springs. So now the only thing about a trip to Salt Springs is it's probably going to take about 3 days to get up there, and I might stay a day or two, which means 5 days, and then a return trip of 8 days, and I can't leave the cat home alone that long. So before we can go to Salt Springs, I'm going to have to teach the cat how to sail. And she looks excited. See, here's the video. Are you ready to go sailing? Okay. Well, I'm going to take your non-response as a yes, and we're going to go sailing. You can tell she's just ready to go. Gibby. No. Alright, forget it. Maybe not. Dr. Bob. Okay, now what else did we do? Trying to think what else I did. I worked on my new engineering channel, Electrical Engineering Professor. Be sure and go there and check that out, because I should have a video posted today that I'm going to post alongside this vlog, but I'm not going to post it. I'm going to post this vlog on my main channel, Robert Mertens, and my new electrical engineering video. It's going to look strangely familiar, because it is, because it's an old problem that I worked, but I'm taking all these problems that I took, that I put in this channel, and I'm going to rework them with the new channel. So I want you to look at my new splash, my new closing, check out my new videos, and please go and comment, okay? So, and comment here too. You know, I like my vlogs, alright? If there's any improvements I can make, no nasty stuff, alright? It's counterproductive, right? But anyway, I'm Dr. Bob Mertens. You have a great day. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching my program. If you like my videos, be sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for an organized listing of my YouTube videos, go to my website, www.wherearemyplacebos.com, and click on videos. Have a great day.